Village of Armada regular council meeting will now come to order, and will everyone rise for the pledge of allegiance to the flag. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you kindly. Now the clerk's going to call the roll, and that is our acting, taking notes tonight, Chris Slade.
Clark? Here. Melky? Here. Oh God, I'm sorry. Porter, thank you. Porter?
Here.
Poulos is absent. Wallach?
Here.
Conan? Present. Shaw? You're here. Ballard? Here.
All right. Next is the approval of the agenda. What is the council's wishes, please?
Mr. President, I'll move the agenda be accepted as presented.
Support.
Moved by Ballard, supported by Shaw. Any further discussion? If not, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, next is citizen comments. State your name for the record, please, and you have 3 minutes to address the council, please. Yes.
Hi, my name is Sam Belkey. I was just hoping that there was an update on the parking discussion that we'd had at previous meetings. I didn't see it on the agenda. Wondering if there was an update.
There will be.
Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else? Yes, sir.
Jason Scott,
Yes, Mr.
here to thank you for the work on Lathrop Street. All the drainage is being done as we speak. And I guess the next step is to repave the road, which will be in a year or two.
You're rebuilding the road.
Rebuilding it, yeah. I actually spoke to the foreman tonight.
Yeah.
'Cause I was out there walking my dog, they were still working. And yeah, they plan to rebuild it next year, he said. Furthermore, what he was doing today, he said, hoping alleviates the flooding towards Fulton and the drainage they put in last week, alleviate the flooding towards Church. And then at the very end, they put another drain in that would, when it flows downhill, it floods the end of the street at Floral. So that should make a difference for the winter.
Well, like we said, Mr. Scott, too, that we will get to these as soon as we can. And it all depends on our money. That's the saddest part. So, well assured, we will try to do what we said.
Yeah, I appreciate it, thank you.
Right. This council's been good at that.
Okay.
Yeah, I can well assure you. I lived here in my village, I call it my village. It's every one of ours. And I've lived here all my life. And so I found that this council does say and do.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate your concern and thank you.
You're welcome.
Anyone else? No? Okay. There won't be any presentations tonight. Going to administrative reports. You have the F&B treasury report and DPW monthly report. And we have the liaison reports that you may want to say. And also seated for the first time in so many years, our new treasurer, Ann Porter. She's new to our village somewhat. So how many years have you moved here?
7.
7 years already.
Yes.
Well, she's here legally. Yeah.
I guarantee at least 30 now.
Oh, good, okay.
Yeah, 30, yeah. But Joe is here yet. She's taken our videos, so she's very handy. So we expect to see her quite a bit.
I'll be
If she
here.
has time, she'll probably be here.
Mr. President, Doug is here from the sewer plant. I'd like to have him give the report.
Yes, good.
Good evening, Mr. President. Thank you,
Yes.
Steve, members of council. First off, on behalf of FND, Mr. Conan, we'd like to extend our sincere condolences and loss to your son.
Thank you.
It's never easy, but, okay. That being said, the reason that the FND report is quite a few pages long is the fact that in the middle of last month, we went ahead and replaced the mixer motor that had been giving us problems since April. We went through, there's a lot of finger pointing in there, but the bottom line is, we installed a new motor and it was still doing the same problem. We went back, we looked back at it, and there's 2 retaining wires for each of the mixers in each, so a total of 4 in each unit. The one that kept faulting out, the wires were extremely loose on it, causing it to sway back and forth. I had addressed this in one of my first emails to the problem, and everybody said I was full of beans. We replaced it, as I said, the new mixer started acting up. We went ahead and we tightened it, to approximately the same tolerance as the other 5 units are. We have not had a trip since then. So we eliminated one thing. We went ahead, we had our people come in, one of our guys came in from Grand Rapids, took electrical readings on the old motor, it was fine. We also he then took it to Grand Rapids last Wednesday or Tuesday night, and the same thing, the motor is perfectly fine. So now we're going back, FMV bought the new motor, so what we're doing is we're gonna be sitting there and chewing on some tail. At Aqua Aerobics, they did nothing for us as far as coming out to diagnose the problem. They were throwing everything under the bus, throwing us under the bus saying we're the problem. So I cannot tell you what the outcome of it is, but the wastewater plant now is working as it's supposed to be, as it was designed. So we're happy with right now the results we have. Minor notes, Watson Brothers Heating came out. We had been told that we needed to upsize everything. That was not the case. They made a small adjustment on the heating unit for the grit building. The biggest one that was being robbed. In the months since they came out, we've had no problems with that. It was a nominal cost, comparatively to what we had been anticipating. We're having a problem now. I just mentioned it to Steve. We are coming up on having big holding tanks in the back that holds all the sludge, having it pumped out. This time, Eagle has told us that they want their representative on site to go over our site, along with going out to where the sludge is being disposed of. We hadn't heard word one. I talked to my boss this afternoon, he said, I haven't heard anything. Well, when I left the plant to come here to the meeting, their trucks are outside. I'm gonna have to give them the sad news that they can't haul a drop until Eagle's representative is on site. They're gonna be ticked off, but they didn't follow the protocol. They were included in emails being explicitly we had to have a person on site from Eagle to do the evaluation. So I'm gonna go back and talk to them right now. Other than that, Steve, that's it.
Okay.
So again, my condolences, Mr. Coleman. Y'all have a good evening.
Thank you.
Also, can this be done fairly rapid, in order to get Eagle in?
Hopefully she can make time this week.
Oh,
if we would have given her even 2 or 3 hours ago, it may have been done tomorrow, I don't know.
Yeah, sure.
But it'll be done
As long as it's
rapidly.
in our favor, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's the only thing we're concerned about.
Well, it's one of the few things working for me right now.
Thank you. Thank
You're
you.
welcome.
You have a safe trip home, will you?
Thank you.
I guess with the new media, we're not at anywhere near 10, you should go down around 1 or something like that, 1, 2 ppb on the arsenic.
We should be low, I haven't gotten
I'd say you didn't say in here what it was.
Yeah, this is an October report, so it's a bit
Yeah.
dated.
Steve, do you have anything further?
No.
Okay. Any of the other council people?
Yeah, let me get my
What's
stuff
in here?
in real. One sec. My stuff in real quick. All right, wall house number 8, heater failed a couple weeks ago when we had that cold snap. Failed on a Friday, of course, and so we had to do an emergency call. We finally found a heating and cooling guy to come out after calling 4. So Northern Heating and Cooling from Richmond came out. We diagnosed the unit. We determined it was not economically feasible to try to repair it. Parts might have been available, but it's an old heater. So we used really didn't want to do this, but used a small electric heater in the well house to keep it warm, keep it above freezing, because we don't want the pumps to freeze. And Northern was able to come back out on Monday and replace the heater with a new unit. I used my scaffolding that I had, so that saved us $400, because they would have had to raise the scaffold. These are hung off of the ceiling, and that's about a 10, 12-foot ceiling. In any case, we've got a new unit in. The cost for all of that was $2,520 to include the emergency call on Friday. So the bill is in your schedule of bills, and so that'll get taken care of tonight. I have asked the company to take a look at some additional replacement heaters, give me a price for well house number 6 and number 7. Those are also older units. I don't particularly want to go through this again in February. So that's the one thing. The second thing is Steve and Chris, I've been trying to get Jarek from F&B Operations to make the updates to the water map, the sewer map, the street map, so that we can get together and start to prioritize where the worst of the worst is, so that we have that when we do our budget prep. Have not heard, well, I did hear back from him late last week, so I think he was on vacation. I gotta get him the information, he's gotta update the maps and turn that back around. So just tentatively, just a heads up, 10 December, which is a Friday, possible meeting to get together to categorize where we want to focus our efforts for infrastructure updates. So that's all I have tonight.
Very good, thanks, Ross. Anyone else? If not, we will move
You
on.
got any? I'll go if you, did you have, okay. So, 2 things. One, I think, as Mr. Scott pointed out, everyone see we have the 3 projects going on in around town. The drainage on Lathrop Street is well underway. The bridge repair here on West Main, and then the sewer manhole cover collar, which, when were you thinking they were?
It's all done.
It's done, okay.
Yeah.
So, that's good. So we got some little bit of favorable weather, so that between Crown, the contract award winner for the pouring, and then their Telto came in and was able to support them because they couldn't get a contractor for the demolition, so that's how they were able to take care of the bridge. And then, for the 3 folks here, I mentioned at the last, we were looking for the third party. I do have a contact with our engineer. They went through mapping it, and Jeff and I were going through it. The idea would be is we're gonna go to a scoping process where we look at, goals and options and some things available. To keep it manageable, I don't know if, as the business community, but I would say, I want to attach up to 3 people with me to join in on this, and I'll set up an appointment for us, that would be fine, that's, 4, if that's a manageable team, and we can go from there. The Chamber of Commerce, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, so I don't know how you guys want to, is it run it through the chamber,
We have
that appointments and whatnot?
Yeah,
and-
we have a meeting, we can appoint a liaison to join your team, and then maybe we can get the ABA involved as well.
Sure. I said, give me, get me, 2 or 3 names, and then I'll set us up to get in and get going on the project here.
Sounds good.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Timeline on that?
These guys are ready to go, I'm ready to go, so it's when are you, you were saying, I'm sorry, you are
My name is Justin.
Justin. Thank you, Justin. As soon as you have we can go within the next week, well, let's say within a week.
Yeah, we've got a meeting coming up here Tuesday, so next Tuesday.
Okay, very good. Anything else? All right. Gonna move on to general business. Approval of the regular council meeting minutes of November the 14th and a payment of bills. What is the council's wishes?
I need to pull the minutes, I have a correction.
Yes, Mr. Clark.
So I guess that'll get moved down to item D, the minutes then.
Okay, what is it, please?
Item D, the minutes. I guess when we get to that, I'll make the correction.
You mean, in new business, correct?
So you gonna say we wanna pull the minutes and make it an upcoming, this upcoming agenda item? Or new, yeah, we're 60.
Well, that's wrong, it should be new.
I was gonna say,
business.
shouldn't that be new business?
Yes, it
Yeah.
should be, new business, yeah, all that.
We can't just approve the consent agenda with the correction?
As amended? I was gonna ask that
As
question
amended.
too, I
Okay, I-
thought so too.
I'm fine with doing it whatever way. So
Yeah.
the correction is on page 2 of the minutes, under sewer plant update. That'll be at the bottom of the page.
Okay, then the plant is running well, okay, gotcha.
Okay, we come to about midway through to close out the sewer plant design improvements and take out with Sorensen Gross, because Sorensen Gross is already out of the picture. This is with Rowe Company, so.
You wanna put with row or just get rid of the Sorensen Gross?
Well, Rowe is already mentioned,
Okay.
and
So get rid of the
here's
last,
it.
here's what I,
the last 3 words.
Yep.
Just take those 3 words out?
Take those 3 words out and
Got
put design between plant improvements.
Yep.
And that'll take care of it.
Pardon me, Steve, where is it at?
It's on
It's
the
on 2.
Page 2.
page 2 on the bottom,
Okay,
sewer plant update.
You at the end of the
Okay.
second sentence.
all right, and what is the word you want?
After the word sewer plant, about the 3rd line down, put sewer plant design improvements, and then run a line through with Sorensen Gross, that's taken right out.
Oh, very good, got it. You wanna make a note of that, Chris?
I
Tell
did.
Michelle there too.
Okay, I will be happy with that then.
All right,
Mr. President,
yes, sir.
I'll move that the consent agenda be accepted as amended.
Support.
Okay. Any further discussion? If not, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carried. So then we will go to, any further on the sewer plant?
No, just that it got mentioned, the Telto did replace the one manhole that was causing a lot of infiltration. And I'm looking forward to, I'll get with Doug, see, I don't think we got much rain this time, but I'd like to see what, if any, infiltration they got down at the plant. That should take care of it, because I went down there, they're putting the new one together and all the debris off to the side, and I talked to the guys, I go, "You think we had a problem?" He goes, yeah, oh yeah, so I think we got a good one there.
Okay. So, and we'll move on into new business.
Yeah,
So, and you wanted to add that for B? There's no A.
No,
Just take out the upcoming agenda items.
it is, yeah, anything,
Add an oopsie in there.
Okay.
yeah.
Next is the up and coming agenda items,
So A, B, and C there go up under new business.
New business, it just
new business.
got out of sequence, sir.
Yeah, okay. So, what do you wanna do with the, exhaust fan?
All right, let me talk that. I'm bringing this back up. I do not have a written quote for this the second time around. I don't know what the problem is. I've got a email with a quote in it. Per Lyle's comments that he thought the price was a little high. I went out, I contacted a couple other guys. I got no call back from one of them. The other guy said he was too busy. So I don't want to go back into what I had to go through back in several months ago when we were doing the generator upgrade by the water tower, where it took me 2.5 months to get an electrician out here. DFS was the guy that did the wire the louvers up and put the timers in and put the generator, connected the water tower to the generator, so I'm pretty confident that he's going to give us a fair price on this. His price that he quoted me was $63.50. That is with the DPW doing some wood framing work inside of well house number 6. So well house 7, 8, and the water treatment plant, to include the main room and the chlorine room, have all been rewired. And so to me it makes sense to have this guy come on back out rather than go looking for some more guys over the next couple weeks. Really like to get this done, if at all possible, by the end of December, which I think the weather's going to start turning cold. So well house number 6 does not have a workable fan in there, has not for a while. I'm starting to see the effect of chlorine corrosion on the equipment in there by not exchanging the air. In fact, I've got a problem in another well house because of that, prior to the louvers being fixed. So, without further ado, I'm going to make a motion to approve the quote, the email quote from Electrician DFS Company for installation of a new commercial grade exhaust fan, intake louvers, and digital timer, along with the associated electrical wiring, at a cost of $6,350, and allow the water commissioner to accept the quote on behalf of the village.
Support.
Moved and supported?
Ross, you had a statement in the front which is a little different from what was written. What was said to approve the quote? Was it verbal quote, something like that?
Email quote.
Email quote.
I'm gonna get a paper quote from these guys. Like I say, I don't know what the issue is. Holidays, I don't know. We've gotten paper quotes from them before, so they told me they were going to have one here to me today, and I don't have it. So I just put email quote in there, and I'll produce the email that gives us a dollar amount, and in the meantime, I'll get a paper quote from them.
And DFS was the outfit that did all the electrical at the sewer plant
Yeah.
during the upgrades.
They were recommended by Doug, if you remember, and they've done some great work for us, and when I find a problem, they come back right away and they fix it. So in fact, I do have another problem that they gotta fix. So, and they've already said they'll be back to fix it, so.
Okay, thank you. So,
All right, well,
Yeah, roll call.
yeah, we're spending money.
Got your stamp?
yeah, let's see. So, and will you say no other discussion? All right.
No other discussion.
All right. Bulking,
Yes.
Shaw,
Yes.
Ballard,
Yes.
Conan,
Yes.
Wallach,
Yes,
Clark,
Yes,
and Sledge. Yes.
All right. Thank you all. I'll get this done.
well, thank you. Planning Commission Zoning Board of Appeals liaison, appointment.
Here's 4, 5, 6, 7.
I'm just gonna, I'll jump in, this is to,
I'm getting my page here a second.
oh,
Rouse, please. There's very new papers, they're sort of stuck together. Fingers are dry.
GB3B. Probably the next one, Mark. Oh, sorry,
No, not yet.
there you go.
Yes, sir, we have. What's council's wishes?
All right, again, these are reappointments. I'm gonna make a motion to appoint Mike Shell as member ex officio to the Village of Armada Planning Commission for a term ending November 27, 2023.
Second. Thanks, Dave.
Been moved and supported. Any further discussion? If not, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carried. Next one,
I'll let you do the honors there,
this is Belkey.
since I did it to you.
I'll make a motion to be resolved to appoint Ross Pelkey as member ex officio to the Village of Armada Zoning Board of Appeals for a term ending November 24th, 2025.
Support.
Belkey. Moved and supported.
Hopefully you'll still be alive, Ross.
Any further discussion? Well, you're better.
My fingers went.
You better live. So, any further discussion? Not? All in favor?
Aye.
That motion carried.
Just a quick note that the ZBA does have an appeal coming before it, so we actually got some business.
Kind of business.
That's good.
Good. All right. Biennial presidential commission appointments.
Hey, Rick, can I ask a question? Is the street different? I noticed mine wasn't on here.
Yes.
But what
Yeah, that-
what
it
is
is.
it though? It is, but we were just told we can't remember what it was. What's,
Well, the thing is, it should have been on here. So
We
we will
usually
need,
do the streets separately, don't we?
It's done separate, because you guys are commissioners and he's an administrator.
yeah, I'm in
Yeah.
yeah,
So it's a different,
Yeah, it's done separately.
yeah. so-
but it should be there, because it is done.
Right.
Yeah, right, so, well, let's start with the first one.
All right.
Park commissioners, please, first.
I move to appoint Mike Shaw as park commissioner for the Village of Armada to a term ending November 25th, 2024.
Support.
Clark,
Clark?
moved and supported, any further discussion? If not, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, next is the police commissioner.
Make a motion to appoint Lyle Ballard as police commissioner for the Village of Armada to a term ending November 25th, 2024.
Support.
Hope you want it, Lyle.
Yeah.
I'll make a motion to resolve.
Wait, man, we got voted this
Oh,
one.
sorry.
Yeah, wait a minute. I'm still writing, sir.
Like a racehorse.
Okay, next one then.
All in favor?
All in favor?
Yeah, all in favor, I'm sorry.
Aye.
Okay,
Sorry.
I might be old, but
Mr. President, I'll resolve to appoint Stephen Clark as the sewer commissioner for the Village of Armada to a term ending November 25th, 2024.
Support.
moved and supported. Ballard, Shaw. Any further discussion? If none, all in favor?
Aye.
Water commissioner?
I'll make a motion that we resolve to appoint Ross Pelkey as water commissioner to the Village of Armada to a term ending November 25th, 24 with bells on.
Support.
Do I have to write that in?
I'm gonna give it to somebody else for a while.
Lyle, that was you, right?
Well, it's the only department you have is the water department.
Thank you. It's department and a half.
yeah, it is.
So, you did a pretty good job at it. So, all in favor?
Aye.
There was no support anyhow, so. Right. Okay, our President Pro Tem.
Mr. President, I'll resolve to appoint David Coder as President Pro Tem for the Village of Armada to a term ending November 25, 2024.
Support.
Clark? Moving and supported. Any further discussion? If not, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, motion carried. And then Chris Sled is our street commissioner,
Street administrator.
administrator, in other words, too.
And I think you make that appointment.
Pardon me?
I think you make that
You make
appointment.
that one.
Yeah, so the thing is that, he has been that, and he will be that, and so it says, such as the administrator, so he handles everything for the streets. So that, I will go ahead and, make that as a motion. Any support?
Support.
By Shaw, any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carried. Welcome all council people. We've had a very good year. The past year is very good for us. Our fiscal runs out April 1, we start a new one. So we've done very well with all the monies we've had. And just too bad that we couldn't have more, because we would do more for our citizens, our community, period. And it's really shaped up tremendously. So in the last 4 years especially, has been very good for us. And we have a surplus, of money, not to what we would like. We would like more and more.
Don't we all?
So, I don't like one word more. I always like two. One for this and for this. This one counts, this one keeps it. So, okay. Again, the floor is open up for citizen comments. And you have,
I'd like to speak. My name is Julie Lefevre. I'm a chiropractor in town, as I've told you the last couple of meetings. Since last meeting, I did do a little bit of research. I'm excited that we're making some progress on this, but I found out that the parking lot that is behind Cozy's was put in the early 1990s, and the one by API was done in the early 2000s. So I'm glad to see that we're looking at this again now that it's been over 20 years since something has been done. Also, I did a little digging in the master plan that was put together in 2012 by the DDA, and it mentions in there 6 different times about the fact that there needs to be something done with the parking. So I'm glad that we're making progress on that. I thank you.
Thank you.
thank you. We have talked about parking. In fact, the garage next door was gonna be for sale.
I know that there's things been talked about, but I'd like to see
We just couldn't
some
afford
more
it.
stuff done.
We couldn't afford it.
Yeah.
So, like I've talked, is money is our main object. And so if there's anyone out there that'd like to sort of help donate with money or whatever,
Right.
and, just like, I went to the county drain commission, I got $20,000 for the culvert over by the Lutheran church and the nursing facility. So, I got that, council's been doing that in the past. If they can go through with it, they'll do it,
Yeah.
because we like money.
Right. And
I
I
assure you,
noticed.
doctor, I assure you.
I noticed also in there, it talked about the Downtown Development Authority being able to write grants and bonds for things like this too. So maybe that's an avenue that we can explore as we get further into this.
Absolutely.
Right, so, and then if we can hear of property for sale, it's gotta be dropped on the council. So the thing is that, maybe we can get at.
Well, there's a vacant lot where the tornado hit.
And we would gladly accept that as a donation.
I talked to my tax guy, he said don't do it.
And maintain the parking lot.
Well, he's one of them that
L-E.
It sounds like he's against
And then
us.
Fever, F-E-V-E-R.
Oh, ER, I had ER.
Yeah, okay, good. So thank you.
Thank you.
Anyone else at this time? Council comments?
I would just like to say that this is a small community with a very big heart.
David, you found that out, what is it, 31 years that you're on the council?
Yeah, well, I knew it, but it even became more prevalent this
But you-
last couple of weeks.
You found that. You found that. And I think every one of us, like I addressed that, we have been a mover. We haven't been a mover. So, that's what I feel. So I hope we're right. We always want to be right.
We also have the parade coming up, the big parade, the fourth, I think it's the fourth, isn't it?
Third,
Third,
always the first Saturday in
Saturday.
December.
yeah, first other Saturday.
So,
That's a big event for us.
everyone come on in
It's not how.
and enjoy. I guess some of these organizations excuse me, will be handing out maybe some cider, donuts, or cookies, or whatever.
At your house?
I'm not capable of baking. You don't want to eat my bacon. So, anyhow, come out and enjoy. So, I know we get a lot of people, out of towners, you know, so they all look up to us. Because it is a darn good parade. And I hope it's long. So, anything like the Detroit parade, you know, I think it was longer this year. You know, so look at the people they got in Detroit. Armada's small, but we get quite a crowd. Quite a crowd. So what is a blessing to us? And next is no closed session. Any other community events on before?
I do have something to add on upcoming agenda items. I have the row settlement agreement and mutual release. I'd like to have Jeff here to just, he has a copy of this and he should be in attendance at the first meeting of the month and we'll go over this.
Very good.
Road settlement agreement and release, right?
Yep. Give that with the packet, so.
This is on the Later Street?
No, this is
No,
down to
the
sewer plant.
Sewer plant.
Because there were some items that came up that miscommunication, poor design or whatever, that road cost us some money and they're paying us back on 3 different items to the tune of about $38,000. So if we sign this off, we're done, and there's no other recourse. I think it shouldn't be a problem. I did check into some other things. Sorensen's all paid off, that's all said and done. Like I say, Jeff has a copy of this, and I'd like to have him here for that meeting, just to explain things, how this works, so.
That should happen. Okay,
Definitely, that's a good.
no closed session tonight, and I'm gonna entertain a motion for an adjournment.
The time is 7:42. I move to adjourn.
Mr. Ballard,
Support.
by Mr. Clark. Any further discussion? If not, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, motion. Adjourned.